What is going on, guys? Theo here, back with another Marvel Strike Force video. Hopefully you guys are doing fantastic. Happy Wednesday if you are watching this on the Wednesday. If not, welcome from the future. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about why I think that DD5 is somewhat a waste of time right now. Not really a waste of time, but you should really be focusing on waiting for DD6 to come out because the best characters for Dark Dimension have yet to be released. With DD6 around the corner and the incursion rates coming where you're going to be able to get those Gear 18 pieces, you're going to want to be thinking about who you're going to be building for Dark Dimension going forward. And in that, we're going to be talking about that in this video. So hopefully you guys enjoy. If you do, please leave a like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And let's get into the intro. Alright guys, so welcome to the video. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic day. We're going to be looking over all the characters that I will be recommending today for Dark Dimension if you are going forward to be doing Dark Dimension 5. Now, my main thing that I'm going to be saying all video probably is that you honestly should be waiting until Dark Dimension 6 comes out, because when it does come out, there's going to be a whole new best list of characters you're going to be taking into Dark Dimension. If you haven't basically built for Dark Dimension 5 yet, there's really no harm in waiting, because when you're building for Dark Dimension 6 going forward, you're going to want to take those characters to DD5 as well, because Gear 16 still isn't as loose as it should be at this moment. So you're not going to be wanting to waste your Gear 16 pieces and your uniques on characters that you're not going to be probably taking forward to that point. And you're also going to want to be taking into the consideration those raids as well. So this is basically what I'm going to be doing. So I made a whole list. As you can see, I hearted all the characters that I'm going to be talking about in this video, so you guys will be able to see basically who I'm going to be recommending. So basically, you start off on City in Dark Dimension. Everybody knows that. So let's see who I picked for City. And this is who I'm going to be recommending, guys. Everyone that is hearted here. Now, you're probably thinking, whoa, Squirrel Girl and Shang-Chi, those guys are falling out of the meta. Now, I understand that, but they're still amazing characters. These are the main three that I'm going to be telling you that are really safe to build up to Gear 16 and above right now. And that is Cloak, Dagger, and Firestar. These three together are going to be your main focus for Dark Dimension going forward in the City section as of today. As of, let me see. Sorry, something on my phone popped up. Wednesday, April 5th. These characters are the best City characters that are going to be probably going forward. Cloak, Dagger, and Firestar. Now, Firestar is not released yet, but I almost guarantee you that her mixed with the new Warriors is going to be a fantastic combo going forward in Cosmic Crucible. It's also going to help you go forward in Cosmic Crucible when you get more to the advanced levels, whether that be Platinum, whether that be Diamond, or whether that be Masters. You're going to be getting the most value for your buck on Firestar, Cloak, and Dagger. Besides that, though, these are basically the extra options that I'm giving you to take into Dark Dimension 5 City. My best recommendations would be Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Man Noir, because in global, spoiler alert, we're going to be taking Spider-Weaver, of course. Even though she isn't the arena meta anymore, she still has incredible value in Cosmic Crucible. Still a top tier character all around the board. Probably one of the best kits in the game. They literally had to design Apocalypse's kit to counter Tangled Web in Arena, so you can imagine that she's going to be really good with those, with 100% reduced accuracy going forward. They're going to have to design characters that are going to be able to counter that. They're going to have to design them to have more accuracy, like Apocalypse, right? And he literally had to give his whole team more accuracy to fight her. So that's why I'm recommending Spider-Man Noir and Spider-Man 2099 if you want to get that trio of death basically for Cosmic Crucible. Those three together right now are quite possibly the best Cosmic Crucible team on defense because of obviously the stupid room. Now, if you really don't want to take 2099 and Noir because Noir isn't the best character, I'm not going to lie, he's not the best standalone. 2099's good. But Noir, if you are like resistant to build Noir, you can also, that's why I have, oh god. That's why I have Shang-Chi and Squirrel Girl here as well. So, you know, you can pick your poison basically. But the main three you want, Dagger, Cloak, Firestar, the rest of them up to you. I put She-Hulk here. I honestly don't even think she's worth taking. If you are going to want to go for Apocalypse, then sure, ignore this whole guide. Take all your Apocalypse characters to Gear 16 instead. Go get your Apocalypse. This is more for like if you're focusing on Dark Dimension 5 and Dark Dimension 6, because going forward, Dark Dimension 6 might have a better character than Apocalypse. Like maybe Super Skrull, which is the Dark Dimension 6 character that you unlock, is going to be better than Apocalypse and counter him completely. So what's the point of going for him if it's not even going to work out? But that's what I would recommend for City. Now, with that being said, quickly before I go to global, let me click non-legendary, because we're going to need to do that because there's a lot of characters in this game that are global, including the legendaries. Let's hit to global. Now, who am I going to be recommending for global, guys? Of course, 100% pick Spider Weaver. You do not want to consider anybody else first except for her. She is fantastic. She is good in all game modes. If you don't have Apocalypse and no one in your arena shard has Apocalypse, if you're perhaps a newer player, she's going to basically carry you in arena with Kang. If you have Kang as well, you'll basically just win forever. You'll never lose until Apocalypse starts getting unlocked. She is by far the best Cosmic Crucible character. Good, she might be a good raid character if you're in the starting position. She's not on the Mystic team, but she can be. She'll be good if you don't have anyone else. So yeah, 100% recommend Spider Weaver. She will definitely carry you in the end game. And I'm gonna highly recommend Captain America as a global choice. He is going to be needed with the Rebirth team for the new incursion raids going forward, for the Gear 18 pieces that are going to be taking you into Dark Dimension 6. So not only will not only is he like one of the best tanks in the game, he'll be helping you contribute to get to Dark Dimension 6. He'll be helping you contribute to get to Dark Dimension 5, and he'll be helping you in the incursion raids. Like, he's just going to be fantastic. And with his taunt, he'll clear all the random negative effects. He'll apply immunity to self and all allies, defense up. He's going to be feeding energy to the team as well, and he's just probably one of the best tanks in the game. Highly recommend him for any global section. I don't know why people don't talk about him more. He's fantastic. I'm going to recommend Peggy Carter because of Captain America as well. Again, part of the Rebirth team. They are confirmed and needed to be used for the incursion raids. So you're going to need her built up anyway to get the Gear 18s to get in Dark Dimension 6. And her and Captain America together make a fantastic combo. And I think she is one of the best healers in the game too. Like, she just applies so many regenerations to the whole Rebirth team. Like, if you let her take a turn on Rebirth and they get going, like, they're almost impossible to kill half the time because she's just healing them so much with all their blocks. And Captain America is going to be blocking a lot, so, you know, obviously she's going to be healing the team. Did not mean to do that. Now, another must-have for Dark Dimension 5 Global is going to be my man here, Nemesis. Yeah, he's laughing because he knows. Nemesis is probably one of the best Dark Dimension characters in the game because all of his attacks take away 10% health from every enemy that it hits in Dark Dimension, and that is huge. That was the whole reason back in the day in Dark Dimension 3 and even Dark Dimension 4 why people used Phoenix, because Dark Dimension 3 was so difficult back then and the health steal was so important. People would literally just go in, sack a node with Phoenix, and then revive her and do it again just to get the 10% heal. Like, it's so much damage. He's going to be doing that basically every single time he does his ultimate and his special. His special also does that. He also heals the team as well. So, and he's part of the Death Seed team, which is also needed for the incursion raids to get Gear 18s. So he is just going to be helping you throughout the entire time, and I highly recommend him as well. So these four are basically the ones that I would recommend the most: Spider Weaver, Peggy Carter, Captain America, and Nemesis. The last one is basically your choice. Quicksilver would be a high tier choice. He's probably going to be one of the best characters in the game, if I would assume. His shards aren't going to be very easy to get though, so be prepared for that. He's probably going to cost Dark Promotion credits to also upgrade as well. It wouldn't surprise me, seeing that he's supposed to be one of the best plug and play characters in the game. And if you run him in global as well, you're also going to be getting Scarlet Witch on your team as well, which also heals. So that's going to be amazing, right? Last two choices, Ultron and Gambit. These are kind of just the filler choices that I'd take if I didn't have anyone else to take. Gambit with Mutant, Ultron part of Masters of Evil. He's also part for Apocalypse, so you're not really losing too much by taking any of these characters to Gear 16. You're going to be getting a lot of use out of them in the future. But that's all I'm going to say for global. That was my recommendations. Highly recommend those guys. That would be my personal list for global, you know, like that's who I would take. And this is, you can obviously take whoever you'd like, but this is me just trying to give advice to players who don't know that much about the game and don't know, you know, what they're getting themselves into in the end game. So I'm just trying to help you save resources as much as you can in putting them in characters that you're not going to be getting the most use out of. For Cosmic, all right, here we go. Now, big choice to recommend is Kestrel. Not as big as she used to be though, so why am I saying Kestrel first? Because she is needed for Apocalypse. So if you don't want to go for Apocalypse, maybe she's not the best choice here. However, her defense down pings are still very, very good. Good. Her defense down pings are very, very good, and I still think she's great in Dark Dimension 5 in particular. Don't know how good she's going to be in Dark Dimension 6. I have her up to Gear 17, of course, because she is needed for Apocalypse, and at this moment right now, that's like the basic end game for us, is to go get Apocalypse. So that's Kestrel. If you don't take her, that's fine. If you do take her, that's also fine. She's kind of a good option. She's not needed for skill raids anymore too, so that's also a big thing. She basically lost some value there, so you're not going to be getting as much value, as much usage as you once did with her. You're basically going to be using her for the Apocalypse Saga, and that's it. You're not even going to get to use her in raids every day. She's not being used in Arena, so be careful when you build her. Don't take her too high. I don't recommend taking her past level 90 gear tier 17. If you are not a character I would take to Dark Dimension 6 as like level 95 gear tier 18. I would stop at level 90 gear tier 17 with her, and I wouldn't go past that. Kang the Conqueror, take him all the way up. Just do it. Don't even think about it. Look, I already have him at level 93. He's like, him and Apocalypse are the only ones I'm leveling past 90. Just level him up now. Take him as high as you can. Don't even stop what you're doing right now. Why haven't you built your Kang yet? Build him up now. Gear tier 18, level 7,000. He's going to be the best character in the game for a very long time. His passive alone will make him part of the meta for years to come, I would say. Right now, his damage is top tier. We don't know how good his damage is going to be in the future. I'm taking him all the way, though. I'm taking him to Gear 18, 100%. He's probably the first character that I'm going to take to Gear 18, along with Apocalypse, when that time comes. But yeah, take him into Cosmic. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Pull out your Kang and, win the game, basically. Now, next choice, I'm going to be saying the Eternals, Cersei in particular, and Icarus. Those two are a must if you want your Dark Dimension 5 run to be successful in Cosmic. Very, very easily successful, I should say. You can be successful with any characters you want. This is the path that's going to make it the easiest for you. Icarus and Cersei will make it easy for you. Right now, they're being used in Cosmic Crucible meta. They can be used in Arena. They're not the meta anymore with Apocalypse, but they're still useful. They're still good in Arena, especially if you're in an early shard. They can really, really help you out. And then Deathpool. Now, I wouldn't take Deathpool. Maybe I would. She is part of that new Warriors team, so I did recommend them in the city section. So you know what? Deathpool I think is safe. I was going to say maybe don't take her to Gear 18. Gear 17 is a good stopping point for now. If you do want to take the full new Warriors team to Gear 18, which is right now probably an ideal situation, unless the new Mystic Raid team is going to be a city. We don't know. But this is probably going to be your best 5th character to take in with you. Now, if you don't want to take Kestrel, or let's say you don't want to take Deathpool, I have one last more luxury option, and that's Hela. Hela is amazing, particularly with Zombie Iron Man. If you do have Zombie Iron Man, those two together are amazing. If I could show you, my Zombie Iron Man is level 65, gear tier 12, and he works perfectly fine. He's 3 yellow stars. He has 0 red stars, and he's never come back to the game yet, so I don't know when they're going to release him. But yeah, Hela's probably one of the best characters in the game. Her ultimate is probably the best ultimate in the game. Yeah, look at this. Attack all enemies for 350% damage, spread 4 negative effects, apply 2 regenerations. This attack cannot be blocked. Characters killed by this attack cannot be revived. Like, is there any more I could say? And she summons the Greg, which also lets the enemies in Dark Dimension possibly hit the Greg and, spare some of your characters. In fact, back in the day, she used to be used with Minerva, and used to be able to revive Hela if there was a Greg still on the field and summon 2 Gregs, which was a lot of fun. I remember those days, actually. Yeah, luxury choice. Again, she's very, very, very expensive, though, so take that into consideration when you do build her. I definitely think she's going to be very useful at gear tier 7, maybe gear tier 16. I wouldn't take her past gear tier 16. I think I would stop. I wouldn't go to gear tier 17 or 18 just because of how expensive she is. I think gear tier 16 is a good stopping point for her. But yeah, again, like I said, she's a luxury choice. She's not a character you're going to be taking most likely past level 90 gear tier 16 or level 85. So stop what you're doing once you get to that point. But that's Cosmic, guys. Let's finish it off today with okay, but if I can scroll down, please and thank you. Let's finish it off today with probably the most obvious choice, Legendary. Now, who are the 4 you're going to want to take? Right now, all the Horsemen. Take all of them. They're all amazing in Dark Dimension 5. I would say stop at level 90 gear tier 17, except for Archangel. Take Archangel all the way up to level 95 and gear tier 18, probably for the Dark Dimension, because he is part of the Death Sea team and he's a raid team, and again, that's how you're getting your gear tier 18, so you're going to want him as big as you can. Now, you could also well, I was going to say you could also take Magneto. However, he's not really that great in Dark Dimension. I don't think he's very, very useful. The better 5th in my choice would be Nick Fury. He is probably the best raid character in the game now. I think his minions alone are basically better than the entire Secret Avengers together. Him and the minions are better than the full Secret Avengers. Like, just take that in. Like, he's basically a whole team by himself. So, you know, take him all the way. He's also going to be needed again for the incursion raids, so you're going to be getting double the value there. I plan to take him all the way up to gear tier 18 as soon as I can. Probably not for a while, though, because he is a legendary, so he's the last one to build up, unless they do legendary first this time around, which would be interesting. But again, also around the corner, I must say Nova is coming around the corner. So if you do want to wait for him and see what he's going to be used for, I think there was a rumor that he might be part of a new Guardians team with like Rocket and Groot and Star-Lord or something. We don't know. He might be used for Cosmic Crucible. He might be a war team. He might be, if he's a raid team, he's going to be amazing. So just keep an eye out for him. If you don't want to build, let's say like Morgan Le Fay, because she's not really used. Her team's not being really used that much anymore, only her. So if you don't want to take Morgan Le Fay or you don't want to take Archangel, you can actually swap in Nick Fury and Nova, or Nick Fury and Magneto instead of Archangel if you don't want to use him. I'm not going to lie, he's not fantastic in Dark Dimension. He's pretty lackluster. I actually had to switch him to a healer because when I took him into Dark Dimension, he just kept dying. So I was like, well, I got to change him to a healer, otherwise he's going to die. So that's what I had to do. That was my experience with him. So just a fair warning. Again, though, he is part of the Death Sea team, so you're going to want to take them probably all the way up to gear tier 18 anyways. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully you enjoyed my little take on what you should be taking into Dark Dimension 5. What are the best choices in my opinion? Again, long story short, we don't really know who the best characters are going to be for Dark Dimension right now. We're kind of waiting because Dark Dimension 6 is going to come out and there's going to be a lot of new characters that we're going to have to choose from, you know, to make the best teams for each of those sections. But with that being said, Dark Dimension 5, if you are building towards it right now, that would be the choices that I take right now. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll definitely be posting some more Marvel Strike Force content in the future, so be on the lookout for that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys later. Hold on, let me click this out.